God damn, that was a long one. I swear to God, it's like the Avengers equivalent of problems. You know, I just want to stream, but you know, the crashinator shows up and starts crashing my computer. The shitty internetinator shows up and starts making my internet shitty. Who's left? Who else is gonna show up? Oh yes, the lack of inspirationator. That's the last superhero to show up and ruin my day. You'll really fuck the stream up. I heard that Shirley Curry. Oh wait, sorry, gotta get the music back on. I heard that Shirley Curry will be an NPC in the Imperial City, owning a sweet roll bakery quest attached. That sounds like a good idea for her. We would also love her to be an NPC for us. Is that music loud enough for you guys? God damn it. This is what happens when you ask people in a stream if the music's loud enough. 20 people say yes and 20 people say no. What do I do with that information? I'll turn up just a tad. Alright, so now I've got inspired to make another little part. One of the things I always love doing is making like dirt paths break off from other dirt paths. Just dirt paths from the dirt paths. Just complete get lost, you know? So I'm gonna make here. come I never see any pop-ups in the stream to get my hella epic septims for my hella epic gambling addiction? I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. If you're talking about those little clicky things that happens during Rebels streams, I don't have that software. Sorry for asking this twice, but how will you be handling the quick cast spells? Will all spells have 2 separate versions, or will you be making a script that lets you equip all the spells with the shout button? Not entirely sure. I'm sure we'll find a good compromise. Alright, now we've got this little area leading up here to this little path. I'll highlight it a bit more. Will the mod be releasing on SSC and LE at the same time, or will there be some time between the two, like BS Burma? We're really unsure if it will ever release on Skyrim Legendary Edition. We're developing this on Special Edition, so if we do release on Legendary Edition, that will be after Special Edition, because we'll be like trying to figure out how the hell we backport an ESP. Well, it's not just backporting a single ESP, it's backporting a vast array of things. I think in the end it might just be too hard for us to backport. So we really can't make any promises. Where's my boy Clef at? Clef, I think Clef's been busy. He's still kept up landscaping. It's just I don't think he has as much time to stream. I'm the same. I think we all sort of we all work a little differently when we're streaming. I think I've gotten a little better at working during a stream. I used to have a serious problem with answering too many people's questions and forgetting to actually do the work. In the teaser trailer post-stream, Rebels said that landscaping is largely finished. Are you doing a second pass, or is there still work to do? In terms of first pass, yeah, it's pretty much finished, but that doesn't mean it's finished. First pass is finished. It does mean that there's an insane amount of work that has been finished though. How handsome is Kyle on a scale from 1 to 10? Well, he's a typical fucking Dutchman. He's like fucking 6 foot 1 million. He's Dutch, so yeah, that's probably like a solid fucking 10. Cocky fucker. Meanwhile, I'm fucking sitting over here being goddamn 5'5", looking like something out of the Hills Have Eyes. Everyone always asks blue pill or red pill. Nobody asks what happens if you pop both those suckers at the same time. I choose purple because I'm adventurous. How densely forested will Blackwood be? It's gonna be pretty damn dense. A lot of people would a lot of people asked us, are we gonna make, what do you call it, Cyrodiil look like it was described originally as like being a jungle? A lot of us said no, we're not gonna do that because apparently in the lore the entire region was changed by Tiber Septim. But unintentionally, when I was just going crazy, placing the trees everywhere, the grass everywhere, I unintentionally made part of my area look like a jungle still remained. So there will be parts of Blackwood that will look like how Cyrodiil used to look, which will be it'll look like something like Jurassic Park at times, especially when we get the new grasses. So what I gotta ask, do you remember whenever Neo takes the pill and like what would have happened if it was a suppository? You know, would that have changed anything? love how like some of you are saying Blackwood looks really dark. This is like rather more of the bright part of Blackwood. Let's see. There's a part of Blackwood I've made that's completely burnt, because a part of Blackwood's swamps actually has sort of methane escaping from the ground, and it's caused an accident. I don't know if you can kind of think of it maybe your own way, whether it was caused by a fire mage or someone just walking around in the dark with a torch, but it resulted in a great fire, and it's the reason why the that's great, I'll just show you. It's the reason why Blackwood's border gate, or Black Marsh's border gate, is no longer manned. I'm hoping loading this doesn't crash the everything. All right. I don't know if I've shown too many screenshots of Black Marsh's border gate, but yeah, Black Marsh's border gate is not looking so good. Look, it's completely burnt down, abandoned. There's there's cobwebs and everything. For some reason, YouTube keeps saying my stream's crashed, but it actually hasn't. You guys are just tripping. No one wants to go to Black Marsh anyway. No, apparently not even the Daedra want to go to Black Marsh. But yeah, this border gate has seen better days, and if you can see this entire region, I'll turn off the markers. This entire region's been burnt to a crisp. So it has. We've got like a burnt down prison transfer cart with some very unfortunate soul inside. Yeah. This is just a small portion. This doesn't consist of the entire forest. If I, zoom out, you can see where it kind of ends. By the way, the LODs from our area suck, because swamps are hard for LODs to generate. Yeah. So we actually, I call this area Black Watch. It was called Black Watch because that's what the border gate was called. They watched over, I don't know whether it was Black Marsh border or the Blackwood. But yeah, this place is no longer inhabited. And this is a part of the area you'll never be in this area. So you'll never see these parts, so you won't. Hopefully it'll just look enticing enough at the gate. So it will. I always kind of like doing that, just teasing, where you just kind of place an interesting thing just out of reach where the player can't ever get to. Yeah, I always like that. You could make it a player home area. Or I could let some modder do that. It's not. I'm not taking the Bethesda route of letting modders fix the game. It's more of like we don't have time to add a lot of extra stuff. Plus, if we let a modder do that after the release, they would probably do it better than us. Shit, I do sound like Bethesda. All right. Either way, the modder would do it better. Alright, back to where I was working on. Also, is it a totally different path? Yeah, this is set back in the third era, so 200 years before Skyrim. Set 200 years before Skyrim, and what is it? 4 years after? I think Morrowind is 427, and Oblivion's 433, so 6 years after Morrowind. I'm using the special edition creation kit. Earlier today I looked for the explosion video on YouTube to get the glorious Blackwood atmosphere, but the video wasn't there. Have they been deleted? It shouldn't have been. If you want, I'll link that video in the chats for both chats. No, it's still there. All right, I'll just say this is just a quick little video I made that was just testing out the gas pockets in Blackwood, because as you're walking around, if you're walking around with an open flame, specifically a torch, it will set the gas off and, you know, burn you. So yeah, that's a little context for the link that I just linked there. Can you guys get rights for Skyrim Xbox mod? No. The actual Skyblivion mod itself, the big mod, will not be playable on consoles. However, we will, maybe within the coming month or two, we'll start releasing some small mods. So we might release the Mithril armor as a standalone. We might release the Dawnfang sword as a standalone for Skyrim. You know, just the ebony armor, for example. Those mods will definitely be small enough for the Xbox, but for the actual, you know, massive Skyblivion mod itself, you know, of course, won't come to consoles. We don't want to set up a GoFundMe either. We don't want to set up we don't really want to set up ones even for the individual or for us individually, because we feel like it just might cause problems. We just don't want to cause them problems at all. Just in case. To be safe, we figure just don't accept money at all. Oh yeah, Spyros is absolutely amazing. The work he does. Everyone on this goddamn project does amazing work. How big of a PC would you need to run the game smoothly? I've never heard someone asking how big of a PC you need to run a game. Basically the rough requirements are, if you can run Skyrim Special Edition, if you can run Skyrim Special Edition fine, then you'll run this fine. It's pretty much equal, you know. Will there be child NPCs in Skyblivion? Unsure at this point. If we were to add child NPCs, they would be very, very limited, you know, because they wouldn't be voice acted. So we figure, well, this is my own personal opinion. I'd rather not do it at all than do a shitty job of it, you know. I have a weird question. Do you think Bibi Khajiit's meow? If they do, that's just this is fucking adorable. If they do, you know. Ray tracing supported. I honestly gotta think like the closest you could get to adding ray tracing to this game is if you used the ray tracing reshade that they've. And I don't even know how like how much that works with Skyrim. Nope, sorry, no console release. You know what? I actually might need to add something. Alright, let's see if I can add this during the stream. I hope I don't break everything by adding this during. I don't know how, you know, like calm OBS is currently right now. All right. That's a question we get a lot, and I mean like within like 5 minutes of each other. And I understand new people are always joining into the stream every so often, so you know it's not their fault. So I figure I'd just save time and add that little message there. As far as I'm aware, I think the guys at Skywind might be like us. As far as I'm aware, they didn't use any ENB for the demo that you've seen at Gamescom. Just like we didn't use any ENB for our We didn't use any EMB for our trailer. Oh, I ain't never seen that. Sometimes just getting the right angle for these rocks can be a bit of a pain in the ass. I have to scale them down a little bit. Sorry if I can't answer your questions. I'm looking at the creation kit right now, and I can only look back at the questions every so often. It would be a really boring development stream if I just answered your questions without actually developing. It'd be quite boring. Plus, nothing might get done. Is the person that made the I can't talk. Is the person that made the gatekeeper still on the project? Hakan, it's been a while since we've seen Hakan. And to be fair, he has earned the longest vacation needed. If any of you are aware, on Kyle's channel, there's like a video series on Hakan making the gatekeeper, and in one particular video he loses 3 hours of work, and just seeing that was just, oh god, gut wrenching. Plus, when you see the work that he did, oh my god, it's just amazing looking. The gatekeeper looks absolutely terrifying. He looks gross to look at. The gatekeeper, if you look, we have a bunch of up close screenshots of the gatekeeper on our website. You look at the, I don't know, the skin, which very clearly isn't, isn't the gatekeeper's. It's just made out of God knows how many unwilling people. It just looks so painful and uncomfortable, but it just fits the gatekeeper. He's made out of many different body parts. isn't playing very loudly, is it? Alright, I'm gonna switch over to Spotify. How old am I, and what do I think is the average age of people who play Oblivion? Probably the same age around, probably the same age as me, around 25. I think that's might be the. I think all the people that grew up with Morrowind are all they're probably still playing Morrowind or excited about Morrowind's or Skywind's release. It's weird. There seems to be like a breaking off of the audience every new release. It's weird to think about because it probably will happen with the next Elder Scrolls. When Oblivion came out, the Morrowind fans didn't really like Oblivion. They said it was dumbed down, and they preferred Morrowind. When Skyrim came out, the Oblivion fans kind of said, "Oh God, it's not as good as Oblivion. It was dumbed down too much." I mean, I hope not, but chances are you probably will get Skyrim players saying, "Oh God, it's not as good as Skyrim. It was dumbed down." Which I can really imagine, like how much more simple can you get than Skyrim? But I don't know. Then you'll have the Skyrim players saying that Elder Scrolls is too dumbed down, and meanwhile the Morrowind players are still walking around in Vardenfell trying to get their best dice roll to, kick that scrib's ass. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, Jeremy Soule isn't doing the soundtrack because of what he said. He wasn't contacted." You understand the reason why he hasn't been contacted about the soundtrack is because it's just so like Elder Scrolls release is just so far away. The wouldn't it's way too early to get him in. Yes, this is the God of War soundtrack. really want to contact your team and see if I can help out with voice acting. We aren't actually really accepting any voice actors, so we are. The only voice acting, like new voice acting we might do is like for NPCs we might add in. So it wouldn't be anything really other than like cameos. Are you gonna keep that line in where the voice actor says, "Wait, let me do that one again"? I don't think we actually can do that because I think that was patched out of Oblivion long ago. Like if you load up Oblivion now, you know, fully patched to its most recent, you can't find that, or at least you can't make that character say that line again. They patched it out a long while ago. So unless someone decides to, I don't know, it's pointless. It's not really the most important thing to try and add back in. Oh yeah, that's right. Rebelzeez's YouTube channel has just hit 100,000 subscribers. Well done to him. It's kind of weird that I'm here because I don't know. It's kind of like your friend asked you to house sit for him, and whilst he was away, like the neighborhood council came to your door and announced that you had won the prize for the most beautiful garden, and there you were, like, accepting this like big check on behalf of your friend. You're like, I don't deserve any of this, you know. I'm currently using his channel and his YouTube channel and his Twitch to stream the development, and I do not own any of it. It does kind of feel like I did this. Still don't have many trees around yet, but I'll add them eventually. Seems like there's a place for a little bit of a secret here or something. How's Rebelzeez to work with? Is he a chill dude or is he a brutal tyrant? He's very, very chill. He's very, very chill. Can I show you any character models? The character models just look like the ones from Skyrim, really? Hmm. Can't really break off from there. I spoke to Jeremy Soule about his opinion on your TES renewal project, particularly the music style, and he told me he's not at liberty to even discuss your music due to his contract with ZeniMax. Well, there you go. Well, I mean, again, contracts are very tricky things. Very well could include stuff like that. How did you learn the landscape? I learned to do it myself. Yeah, I basically taught myself to do it. Just kind of learn to use the software. You learn, you know, each window has its purpose. I have the render window here, which you use to look around the world that you're in. And then to the left here, you have the object window, which contains, you know, all the objects. The trees, buildings, rocks, every physical thing you see here in the world. Yeah. Sometimes it's as simple as just drag and drop, and there you are. Has the recent trailer release resulted in an influx of new applicants? Yes, a fair amount of new applicants. Fortunately, not all can get accepted, though. How do you know what Oblivion looks like to recreate it in Skyrim? By playing by playing hundreds and hundreds of hours of it. I just know the sense of what's expected. Now the question is just like how much can the player fit down here? I need to know how big this is in comparison to the player, because sometimes when you're landscaping you kind of forget, or at least you lose all sense of scale. Oh, that's great. Oh, sweet. Yeah, alright. Do you know what that means? What do we do when we find a time, or when we accidentally make a little nook and cranny? We make it a hiding spot. And what do we make it a hiding spot for? Skooma chest! Cannot have... My swamp is fucking filled with skooma caches. I swear to God, if you want to roleplay as a skooma addict in Skyblivion, you just go to Blackwood. You just look around in Blackwood. You will have your... You'll be sorted. You'll be sorted. Oh my God, I really cannot control the rotation on this properly. The new Blackwood reminds me of Crookback Bog from The Witcher. That was actually one of my inspirations. With danger lurking in every aspect of the marsh. That's what I want. I want that shit. I'm like, every tiny little pond that I can fit slaughterfish in, I will. I think I see a floating rock. Yep, I do. Have we made the model for Jigalag? Not yet. I think we've kind of changed our focus just to work on the base game stuff first, and then we'll see about working on the other stuff. I think the reason why we did the Gatekeeper despite not doing any shenanigans yet was because the guy who volunteered just off. Is there an estimated skooma amount? I don't know. Oceans? I think the right unit to use is oceans. I've no idea what Lorax's playlist is. He must have spent a lot of time finding the music that's allowed to be used. You see, I'm not just streaming to Twitch. I'm also streaming to YouTube. So YouTube's a little bit more, you know, strict about being complete psychopaths and claiming everything. So I have to be careful which stuff I use. That just looks so enticing. It's gonna be a very easy one for people to find. They're just gonna see that and, you know. It's not too hard of one to find. There's also the, you know, the little issue of I don't think me and Lorax have very similar tastes in music. Or at least there's a branch of music he likes that I'm not as much interested in. Just gotta keep making sure that it doesn't go, you know, out like that where you can see underneath, but it's far far away from doing that, so that's good stuff. Alright. I don't know, do you guys think I should plug that hole? Please, for the love of God, don't turn it into something, you know. No, that wasn't an innuendo. Like, I have this little archway here where the player can walk in. It's almost like a little cave. Do you think I should keep this, this little break? Or do you think I should cover it up so it's like a full-on cave? God, the YouTube stream is like so much further behind than the Twitch stream, so when you ask a question, you have to wait like eons for the answer. Cover because someone might jump in and get stuck. They can't if they do fall in, they can just walk out underneath there, see? I don't mean I'm not gonna get rid of the arch. It's just that little hole there. Just this hole in the roof. That's like an entrance there, but there's this like little hole in the roof there. Put something in there so you have a reason to go through the arch. There already is something in there. You won't get stuck. You're able to get out. Look, I'll show the player character size in comparison. That's the player size in comparison. If you were to run up and whoops and fall in, there you've fallen in, but like you can just run out there. Make sure that's high enough. Yeah, that's still low enough down, so you're fine. Alright, I think I'll keep the hole in it, but I'll just make it smaller so like a nice little beam could probably come through. God, I hit this fucking engine. Alright, to add that hanging moss in all over again. No, I can't grab you. You're one of those weird things where I can only grab you from a certain angle. Yeah. Will there be a stream on another channel on Skywind? Skywind, yeah, those guys, they have their own channel where they stream stuff. I don't think they stream as often as us though. Yeah, goblins will be in it. All the same creatures that were in Oblivion will be in this again. Will the old character creation be back, or even a better one than Skyrim? This mod will support, and I mean right out the bat. Like, you won't even need to wait for like a patch or anything. Right off the bat, it will support race menu. And if you're familiar with race menu, it lets you basically have the same amount of customizability as Oblivion's character creation did. So if you have race menu installed with Skyblivion, you can make your character as fuck ugly as you want. Oops. I feel like that will get people's attention. They'll just see like half a tree sticking out of the ground, and then they'll go over, investigate, and they'll see, oh, there's a bit of a hole down here. Character creation for me means changing the hairstyle, and that's about it. Oh god, no! I have to have full control over my character's like cheekbone height, their like nose width, because yeah. I can probably shrink this tree down a little bit more. Will there be an option to scale hair length like in Oblivion? I don't think so. I don't know if Race menu allows that. Is the bed a bit too much? I think the bed gives it away. Maybe a chair? A chair is a bit much. Like, it's easy to carry a bedroll, you know, through the wilderness, but a wooden chair is a bit too much. Yeah, I was gonna add a lantern, so I was, yeah. It's a bit bright, isn't it, for a candle? was an explosion. I don't know if my mic picked that up, but there was just a big ass fucking boom and explosion. This is Belfast, so that's, you know, common. Yeah, this is the Hotline Miami soundtrack. It's a lot bigger than I thought. Probably because I lowered I increased the volume of the music because, well, for obvious reasons. Sadly, there's no way I can actually control the speed that water flows without actually changing the effect, which I have no idea how to do. I'll be up at midnight for that release date just so I get it before the servers crash with the influx of people. That is a very possible thing that will happen. Like, you know, when we eventually release, everyone will scramble to download this at the same time, and I am afraid that things will crash and burn. It's so weird just seeing parts of like where it's like really well detailed. There's a lot of detail here, but then you just see this like blank grass area over here. It's just so much fucking shit to do. Yes, we have a composer of our own who's creating some new tracks that will be unique to each region. The music is loud. Damn fucking straight it's loud. Oh, that was the end of the... Huh. Okay. Who is streaming right now? D is streaming right now. I'm just gonna do what do you call them? There's a name for it. Oh yeah, it's a shameless fucking plug. That's what it's called. And just link my channel because I tend to upload like, you know, just stuff about Blackwood. I have no idea how to... I'm a technical idiot, so I have no idea how to... There we are. There we are. So for anyone just curious about, you know, Blackwood updates, I've decided I'll be updating, you know, stuff about it quite frequently. Alright, music. Jesus. Music that is allowed. Game music. Is it possible to add waves? It actually is. There's waves. I think if you ever played Dragonborn DLC, it added waves to the Solstheim. I think a big reason why this looks really empty here, this part, is because, well, simply there's just no grass, and I don't want to start adding grass yet because, see, when you do, it's a nightmare to work around. The Blackwood at dark video. To be honest, I really shouldn't have uploaded that Blackwood at night video because it's just too damn dark to see. It really is pitch black, and you can't even really see what the hell's happening in it. And as per usual, YouTube's compression screwed it up even more. But yeah, I did want it to almost feel like at least walking around in Blackwood to feel kind of like a horror game at night. Will this game be moddable even after you make this perfect? We are going to make it far from perfect, to be honest, but yeah, it'll be 100% moddable. Get rid of this tree because it doesn't really suit the area. Which regions need most work in landscaping other than the Blackwood Marsh? Blackwood Marsh, in terms of like what needs to be done, is actually pretty far along. The one in most need, I'm not actually really sure. It's kind of a good thing that I can't answer that question because the reason being is a lot of the regions are very much in terms of conceptual stage finished. Every landscaper knows what we're doing with our area. All there is to really do is to just get to it. Will I add cattails? Of course, there's cattails. Did I not add cattails over here? That actually looks really good. Let's get the... I mean, that's what it looked like before. Kind of just like plain wood, but obviously since this is a marsh, you can add a directional material to it and add some, you know, moss. Make it look a bit aged. So what's still hazy for me is the whole mod compatibility thing. Will other mods be compatible? It depends entirely on the mod. It really does. Some mods won't be. Some mods will, you know, you can install them, but you won't see them. Oh yeah, sometimes turning off the lighting really helps kind of just see things better, but then you turn it back on, you're like, oh, pretty. And then you see it in game, and you're like, oh, even prettier. I'm really hoping I can show you guys, like I'm really hoping it'll work in game. Because last time that's what caused it to crash. But, you never know, maybe. Have you guys been taking inspiration from the Elder Scrolls Online at all? Maybe some of the landscapers are. I think we're definitely going to take some inspiration from how the Oblivion realm, the Dagons Oblivion realm looked in ESO, but I'm not sure about the other landscapers. I don't have Elder Scrolls Online, so I'm not exactly sure what those areas look like in that game. I mean, I suppose I could get some inspiration if I were to look at the likes of Blackwood, but I haven't seen too much like pictures from Blackwood. It's difficult to get a good look of Cyrodiil because of how chaotic it is in ESO. I wouldn't know. The only time I ever played Elder Scrolls Online was with like whenever it was originally doing the first like beta test or something like that. That was a long while ago. It seemed pretty good. Like nothing really to criticize it for. It's just, I don't know, I guess online games aren't my thing. Do you have a template you're following, or do you know the scene of Blackwood by heart? It's a lot of people. They're not fully sure on what exactly we're doing, like, or rather, they're not fully exactly sure on how we do what we do. when we first initially started this project, when we first initially started landscaping, we didn't start out with a blank canvas. We literally ported Oblivion's landscape, the actual, like, you know, 3D terrain. We ported that over to Skyrim's engine, and after that, there it was. We had Oblivion's landscape looking exactly like it did in Oblivion, only in Skyrim's engine. An exact one-to-one perfect copy. And then we got to work on it. So a lot of the landscapers are merely just enhancing those already existing areas. Blackwood, on the other hand, is an exception to this, since Blackwood was asked to be scrapped because it just didn't really look like a swamp in Oblivion originally. So what do you call it? I basically had to flatten the entire thing, just nuke it all, just blow it all up, get rid of everything, blank slate, and therefore I'm kind of basically just doing it off the top of my head, essentially. Probably just could have said that first. I'm not following any strict... I'm following a rough guideline, you know. Whenever I first started off, I started trying some things out, and then Kyle would come back to me and say, I like this, not so much keen on this, you know, I want to see a lot of this, and then he would show me stuff, and like concept art, and he would show me, you know, inspirations and stuff, until, you know, it was very clear of what direction he wanted to go with Blackwood, and I got it. And I agreed with it, and that's what I'm just sticking to. We're not sticking to any very strict, you know, place a rock here, place a tree here sort of thing. It's just make it look good. Will Leywin be open to the ocean like the concept art? If it would need to then... Unfortunately for Leywin, I don't think it can be too different from the original Oblivion. I would love to have Oblivion look like it did in the original concept art for Oblivion. You can look that up on Google Images for what Leywin was supposed to look like. It was originally there was like an island in the middle of the river which featured like a part of Leywin, and on either side of the river is another part of Leywin. So there was like 3 sections to Leywin. Nuking Blackwood would have been a hell of a vid. No, it wouldn't have. You would have been very, very bored. Basically, it just, like, the landscaping tools you see me using, you probably can't because the capture doesn't pick that specific window up, but the method I did it in was just consisted of using the flattening tool, which is just very boring to watch. It would just be me flattening and flattening. So I'll try and show an example of like this is me using the flattening tool. See where it flattens out like that? That was what I did for the entire dang region. The entire region. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculously boring. That took me weeks to do. That was like the most boring this like project has ever been, when it was just me flattening everything. I mean, of course it would be boring to everybody. I'll just kind of reiterate like that flattening had to be done for all of that land there. See all of that land you see? That was like up to like, see the height the camera is up at now? The land was about up to this height. It was the entirety of Blackwood was almost a damn mountain. It was ridiculous. The entire thing flattened. Yeah, I wish to Christ we could use the Leywin design for the concept design for Leywin because it looked amazing. But I think as well, if you look at the design, the original concept art for Leywin, you'll see that it's like much bigger as well. So I'm not entirely sure like if we could do that. What are the requirements to become a landscaper for this project? Landscaping experience in the creation kit. Did you guys ever think about doing open cities? Since it's a PC release, it seems technically possible. Yes, we thought about it, but to be honest, not everyone has the same, you know, great system specs. So we figured it's more fair for people to be able to wait for the demanding mod than to wait for the you know, optimized mod. If we were to add open cities and cause someone's, you know, performance to just plummet, you know, it would suck for them having to wait for someone to make a mod that puts it in its own world space. Whereas it's not as bad for someone who could run the open cities mod, just having to wait for someone to make it open. Oh, I see a little... Alright. Hopefully that's that sorted. Who designed the water? Because it looks a hell of a lot better than Todd's. I'm pretty sure that is Skyrim water. Like, the water is called something like... What is the water called? Yeah, puddle light fog. Yeah, this is like a default Skyrim water, which I don't know if we're gonna still use. I hope to Christ we will use it, because that means... By the way, if we don't end up using this water, do you know what that means? It means I have to replace every single individual cell with the water that we want to use next. If you don't know what a cell is, it's these... See these grids here? The yellow and black grid lines you see? They're cells, which means... And each one of them has to have their water type set very specifically. Jesus, I'm only giving this like grass the tiniest little tap, and like dozens spawn. How's the nav mesh going? It's not. Nav meshing hasn't even begun. There's no point in starting nav meshing since we haven't really finished the... Well, actually, we kind of have. We've finished the initial... the first pass, so I suppose nothing is really... I suppose the only thing stopping us from starting nav meshing is just a lack of people to do nav meshing. I recently learned how to do nav meshing, and it is the most boring thing ever. Very important, very necessary, but very boring. Oh yeah. For those of you that don't know what nav meshing is basically you place... Yeah, someone already explained it for me. It's basically where you place these guides on where the NPC can or cannot go. So if your world doesn't have nav meshing, your NPC will not know where to go. It won't really know how to, you know... It basically gives your NPC eyes. So it does. Because... You know, Bethesda NPCs certainly don't operate on line of sight. It's all nav meshing. So much duckweed. All this duckweed and no ducks even in Skyblivion. It doesn't look very good when you're looking at it. The duckweed doesn't look very good when you're looking at it from like, you know, like a bird's eye view. But yeah, it's kind of doesn't look very good from a bird's eye view, but it is. I mean, you won't really be looking at it from that angle, so kind of looks. It looks a lot better in game because there's this weird transparency thing. Like if you look at the duckweed, you can kind of see through the water, even though the water on its own isn't see-through. I'm so curious, are they putting St. Jub's head in Kvatch? It's already still there. We didn't move it from whenever we ported Oblivion over to Skyrim, so yeah, Jub's head's still there. We might make it look a bit more like a dark elf. Yeah, Clef J is still working on the project. He's our landscaping lead, so I'd like to think he's still working on the project. See, this is what I mean, like, you have to change the water's type cell by cell. So, there's the black and yellow line showing the end of the cell. See how the water changes? It's a completely different water type. So I have to change that water type, like, individually. So I go to cell, water, change from default water to puddle, water, light, fog. Refresh. We actually do have lily pads. We don't have frogs or snakes though. Wait a minute, that looks different from that. Oh, for God's sakes. Yeah, chose the wrong one. So why exactly do you have to change the waters? Because you have to tell each cell what texture to use. I have to tell each cell which water type to use. So, you know, like technically a water type would be lava. If I were working on an Oblivion realm, I would have to. I think you can set an entire world space to have the same water type, but that I can't do that because, you know, there's other parts of Cyrodiil that's using different water types. For instance, Anvil's water type is very blue, but like crystal clear, sort of. But if I were making an Oblivion realm, you know, I'd have to set its water type to like lava. But since it's Blackwood, I need to set its water type to this sort of, you know, this type of water where you can't really see through it, which is very important for Blackwood because, you know, I want that sort of bit of mystery to Blackwood. You can't even see what's in its waters, which is a creepy element. By the way, I have to do that for this entire region, or not entire region, this entire river. The entire river spans all the way around there and to the end of that ocean. The end of that ocean by which I have to... See, there's no intelligent way to transition the water, so I have to hide it like that using duckweed. By the way, if any of you remember from Oblivion, this is the bridge with the drunken troll underneath. You know, the troll that drank itself to death. That's the bridge. I'm not gonna go about just like changing all of the water type now because that would just be so boring for you guys to watch. For anyone, oh yeah. As if, you know, I've been actually trying very hard to make it entertaining for you. It's kind of hard. Is there a transition between? No, sorry. That's the problem. There's no like transition water type where you can transition between both water types. It's so ridiculous. I would imagine like that would exist, but gosh darn it, we looked everywhere and it don't exist. Like, and I don't know how you would do that. The only way I've found a way to do that transition between those two water types is to hide that seam with duckweed. And I mean, even that way is kind of really rough. And Blackwood's like the only place you could do that method because my place is the only place with like duckweed in it. So I don't know how the other landscapers could do that, but I don't think they really needed to. Does it take a while for the CK to compile the water texture for a new cell? Not too long, but it is a bit of a problem because when you set the new water type, it doesn't just, you know, automatically, you know, set. You have to refresh the render window. Luckily, it doesn't take too long, but again, it is, you know, a little bit of an inconvenience waiting. I think a lot of the other landscapers don't have that problem. Clef J doesn't have that problem. He basically changed the entire. Well, I think he did. He changed the water type for Anvil to basically look like that beautiful, like cool, clear Mediterranean sort of style. And there was no need for a transition because the basically Elsewhere and Valenwood is what's blocking that transition from being seen. Oh damn, the landscaping never stops. The landscaping never ever stops. Oh yeah. We'll have underwater combat. I know, I usually add the duckweed last though. How much of the quest content is actually complete? Very little of it. Have you guys thought about maybe outsourcing some of this type of landscaping, like allowing users to submit portions for review? Could allow increased speed. In order to do that, we would need to give out the Skyblivion files to, you know, every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and that just wouldn't work. Plus, it would require us having to review all of those landscaping files. Plus, it might mean people, you know, working on the same area as someone else, you know? And then we'd have to review which one's more. It's a lot more awkward. The thing is, we're offering, like, when we say we're looking for volunteers, that's what we want. We want modders to join the team and work on the landscaping for us. Will Skyblivion be affected by EMB or texture mods for the base game? EMBs will look weird because they're not properly set for our weathers. We'll have our own custom weathers, so your EMB might it might make things look weird. So you would need to wait for an EMB preset to be made for Skyblivion, like a compatible EMB. But essentially, this is going to be a separate mod from your game install, like Enderall was. We don't want to mess up people's Skyrim mod I don't know, configurations, mod profiles. That way, it's just easier if you go to one folder for Skyblivion, you go to another folder for Skyrim, just like that. Do you implement some of your own ideas that were not necessarily in Oblivion? All the time. There's a lot in Oblivion that could be improved upon, so we try to. Yeah, I'll load it into the game, just to see how it looks. I'm gonna load into it very soon, actually, as the stream is ending soon. I really hope it works, because if any of you here were here last time, my brain's shutting down. I'm starting to, I'm starting to forget how to speak England. If any of you were here last time, it was jumping into game is what caused me to, or rather my computer to crash and burn. So fingers crossed we can get into game and I can show you around Blackwood a little bit. I did make a small change in the OBS settings for I think I changed the encoder from the 256 to use my graphics card instead. I feel like that would help. You never know. Alright. Wait, no, actually I'll place a bit more. Good hearing someone else from Northern Ireland. I'm very surprised at how many people seem to recognize the accent, or rather share the accent, in the chat. I wouldn't place any duckweed here because whoever it is that like lives in that cave would probably use it quite often. So I'd maybe make a space where the water hasn't, or the duckweed can't settle because of the person. Alright. That's it saved. Alrighty. Let's close down. Close down the creation engine. Is there a difference between Northern Irish accent and Irish accents? I'm really bad with accents. Yeah. A Northern Irish accent is what you're hearing now, but a Southern Irish accent is probably, you know, your typical stereotypical top of the morning to you sort of Irish accent. Or, well, Northern Irish is what I sometimes jokingly call diet Irish. You know, it's not full Irish, as some people think. It's nonsense. You are what you are. Alright, change the ESM from full to cut. I don't know why I'm talking to you all through this. You have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, or at least the majority of you don't. Logging into Steam. Will there be Shivering Isles remake? Yes, we're going to remake Shivering Isles after we finish the base game. Will this have the Oblivion storyline or just the full land with a different quest? This will be 100% Oblivion plus more. So it'll Oblivion quest line and all of its quests that came in the original game.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna turn on the Joy of Perspective mod. If any of you are aware, that's the mod that lets you like look down and see your own feet in Skyrim. If I'm playing Skyblivion, could I download a Skyrim armor mod and use console commands to put it in Skyblivion? Yes, yes. It would be as easy as that, essentially. Alright. I turned the Joy of Perspective mod on. I'll maybe see if it works. I'm not sure if it'll work because... It might work. It depends. I think, like, custom armors need patched for the Joy of Perspective mod to work. Oh, by the way, everybody, fingers crossed that this doesn't, you know, cause my entire computer to crash. And if it does cause my entire computer to crash, it was great streaming for you all. I'm not going to bother trying, like, rejoin the stream again later on, because it's getting late. But let's hope I won't need to. Hasn't crashed yet, so, yeah. Everybody pray to Jupiter. Uh-oh. Well, the game crashed, but not my entire computer. And I know exactly why. Because I was an idiot and I hit the wrong BAT file. Alright, no problem. Change from cut to full. That is what I did. I'm a stupid idiot. Alright. Don't worry. It was a stupid mistake that I thought I fixed, but it didn't fix it. But I've now fixed it, so it's fixed. I know, isn't it great when you, like, it crashes and you know 100% why, and you know, like, the fix, and you know it's gonna work despite... Well, I say it's gonna work. I still have to rely on my computer not shitting the bed. Champion of Cyrodiil, see if... Actually, before I, you can't access the settings menu in this? Huh, alright. It's quite odd. I've somehow gotten to level 6 in a character that I use to, test my landscape. How the hell do you do that? By the way, yes, there's 2 sets of music playing. I got it 1 second, actually. Alright, we're in game. I just gotta turn off Silent Chill. Don't worry, we're still here, we're still here. God damn it. I have such limited space. I need a 3rd monitor. I need 1,000,000 monitors. Alright. There we are. Okay, first things first. Where the hell am I? Oh yeah, look. Yeah, so the thing about the Joy of Perspective mod is if you add in a new armor type, that new armor type needs to be like patched to work with the the new model. Look at that. I got no legs. I'll stick with 3rd person view for now. What time is it? 6 PM. I'm gonna change the time of day. Set game R2 and no. I swear to God, Skyrim Special Edition is the only game where if you turn on caps lock and then touch the numbers, if you press the numbers in, it uses the numbers alternative symbols. No other game does that. Holy shit! Yeah, Twitch really does, and I reckon YouTube's isn't much better. The holy crap, the frame rate for Twitch is just fucking awful. Jesus, it's running a solid 60 for me right now, and Jesus, it's not your internet, and it's I've no idea who it is. Who do you want to blame? Do you want to blame someone? You can blame literally anyone as long as it isn't me. It has lag because of not the game. It's the streaming. Maybe it's just me streaming. Yeah, it's the OBS. Like, wait a minute. What if I check the what's my... Yeah, like I am pushing my poor RAM to the limit. My poor RAM. Oh god. Well, what would you guys prefer? This slideshow or like no slideshow? I understand if you don't want a slideshow at all, because I mean, that makes sense. Wow, it is actually much smoother. What the f- I didn't do anything? Is it because I'm looking straight up? Because you know how when you guys, when you look straight up in a game, there's a lot less for you to render. Therefore it runs perfectly fine. Let's see how it runs when I look straight forward though. Does it run just as well? Holy shit, seems to be working fine. Alright. Okay then. Something fixed it. Alright, so... what you're coming up on is, as I showed you guys before, is... Blackwood, specifically, which is the part of Blackwood that was burnt down through a horrible forest fire that was started because of the methane pockets. And here we see the burnt border wall of, well, the border wall of Blackwood. So just beyond there is Black Marsh. So it is. You can't quite get to it. Was that a random fire? Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. That in the water? That's the fire that's caused by the methane, so it is. Sometimes methane just sort of bursts out of the ground, or bursts out of the ground. Something triggers it, whether that be like natural or a person causing it. Oh wait, did it spawn again? I think it spawned again. Can any of you see that? Can any of you see the the ripple, the haziness? Now I wonder what will happen. I'm gonna take a step back first. Well, you've all probably seen that video I linked. Give me a bright torch. Ah! That's what happens. Ah, shit. I actually didn't see that one. Ah, shit! Oh, crap. Alright. Alright, this place is a death trap. I forgot I made a death trap. This is a problem. Holy shit. Alright. This is twice now I've almost startled myself with my own goddamn like level design. See that stump over there? Does it look like a hooded figure? It doesn't look like it when it's up close, but Jesus, whenever I seen it there, I thought it was someone hunched over. Maybe I'm just blind. Let's see. And it of course also works with there's one I seen one there. Yeah. Alright, we should probably move on to the place I actually worked on. That's the one of the few plants that survived. If any of you know your alchemy, obviously the reason being is Dragon's Tongue is fire resistant. I am such a sucker for the god rays going through the trees there, like the misty trees. It's like that. It's very, very subtle. I don't know if it shows up in Twitch though. I think someone mentioned it to me before, and they were kind of right. This area looks very much like somewhere you'd see in Fallout, obviously because of, like the dead trees and everything. And I kind of thought that was a little bit cool because this is where Blackwatch ends. By the way, you can see just the change in the trees. There's a space between which you know was meant it was safe from the fire. Nope. Alright, so the area I worked on, the area I worked on isn't gonna look nearly as good as like this area, because this, as you can tell, this area is very, very far ahead in terms of development, but you know, it's a lot further along than the area I worked on. The area I worked on still in very much need for some TLC. Here we're coming up on the Drunken Dragon Inn. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm seeing the lag myself. Alright, alright. Let's see if tabbing in and out fixes it magically again. I have no idea why that worked. No, he's a cutie. And here we have a Tatar, an Iliad ruin that's nearly a ruin that originally had like a dam, but it started to break and the water started to leak in. No, that grave wasn't originally there before. All right, so we're coming up on like an area that's, you know, in progress. You can tell by the lack of grass and everything like that. It just happens to be right next to where we were working on. This is the area we were working on. Wow, that's surprisingly quiet for the water stream. Doesn't sound as good. I have a mod that changes the bow sound effect for Skyrim, so when I hear the one unmodded, it just sounds so weird. Why am I missing that mud crab so much? Nasty creature. Whoa, look at that sidestep. We got goddamn bloody psychic mud crabs and know where the arrow's gonna land? Holy shit! This guy's the sidestep king! I also can't seem to get a shot at him. God damn this crab. God damn this crab. Yes! Screw you, you son of a bitch. God damn. Alright, let's check out the little cave. I'm surprised I can fit. Can I get to the skooma chest? I can! Yay! Skooma! I'm not gonna take it because you usually like to, what do you call it? Keep these things in. Yeah, it seems like 10 o'clock is like the best time to see that water, that sun shining through, I think. Or is it 11? Yeah, like 11 just has that sun shining through at the right angle, making it all pretty. But at night. It looks cozy enough. So yeah, I remember like that video I showed of Blackwood at night made it seem ridiculously overly dark, but it's really not as dark as I made it out to be. I always forget for some reason the moon isn't visible. Then again, the weathers are still being worked on. Pretty sure that's supposed to be moonlight. Yeah, see, there's a source for the moonlight sun, or not sun shafts, but the moonlight god rays, but there's no actual moon, so that would need to be changed. Okay, this is incredibly bright night, so it is now. Oh my god. I know you can't really see it quite well, but the is that the Jurel Mountains? Or it might be the... I think that might be a part of the, crap, what do you call them, the mountains from Morrowind beside it? This is another very in-progress area, incomplete. Valis, thank you. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if I get back up there, the Valis mountains look really good from that angle, especially at night. God damn. God damn, even nights are so goddamn beautiful. Yeah, but this is an area I'm still working on. Lots of missing things. Whoa! Okay, that pushes you down very fast. These are the really old cypress knees. You see me placing the... I'll show you here. See these cypress knees in this tree here? That's the old cypress tree, and that's the old cypress knees that I have been, you know, painstakingly replacing. And it's a pain in the ass. There's the drunk floating troll, if anyone's familiar with it. Search the poorly scrolled note. Poor guy. But yeah, across this bridge marks an area that hasn't been worked on by any landscaper yet. So yeah, bear that in mind. See if we can get a nice sunrise going. Wonder if we can get a good view of the Imperial City. Oh, we getting the choppies again? Getting the choppies, getting the choppies. God damn, are we getting fog already? We're pretty much a good bit out of Blackwood. We shouldn't be getting fog. Damn, even our fog looks good though. Oh, come on, give me that Cyrodiil blue sky. What do you mean close a few tabs? I don't even have that much open. Plus, that's hardly going to make a difference. It's not like each tab is taking up, like, a gigabyte each. Oh, yay. Hey. That's nice weather. There's a nice little spot I'm looking to find. That's some... Whoa, okay. What is happening? Where did the resolution go? Uh-oh. And suddenly it pops right back in. Alright, alright. It's still kind of covered by the fog. Yeah, I'm not using Google Chrome. I use Firefox, so it ain't that. Yeah, I've noticed it seems to be... Oh, by the way, this area has been worked on. So it's just that little, like, that little part that hasn't been worked on. Holy shit, it is still running really awkwardly. Or is it? Figured it was worth a screenshot. I'm not sure. I think it's just seems to be... It seems to do it with... because I'm traveling, so since I'm traveling, it's loading a lot of frames and stuff. By the way, ignore the grass. It's so hideous looking. I can see you hiding in the grass, you little shit. Is there nobody here at this swamp? Or this swamp? I'm swamping ahead. This camp? Oh my god, what is with the frame rate? It's so awful. Yeah, I look at like my memory and my CPU and everything. It is running pretty okay. Doesn't seem to be anything really causing it to stutter so badly. Well, the reason why it's like it's stuck in that one frame is because I haven't moved. You're not seeing like one frame a minute. You're just seeing me completely stopped, I think. It's something to do. Yeah, it is. It's not my stream settings because, you know, it works before. And it's not my internet, I know that. Alright, Cube is real. Dude, calm the fuck down. Calm your tits, dude. Seriously. And the audio doesn't stop because I keep tapping out. That's why the audio stops. The bit rate is set at 3500. That's really not that high. Yeah, GPU's fine, memory's fine, CPU's fine. Alright, screw it. That's enough of the gameplay then, because stream just doesn't like the game. Yeah, see, something was holding it up. See, it's running. It ran fine there. I'm looking at it. By the way, this thing is minutes behind. So it is. Yeah, the stream is like this stream's like way out of like sync now. It used to be like, I don't know, 10 seconds behind. Now it's like a good minute or two now. I think it just the game caused it to maybe go out of sync or something. But yeah, 1 second. Just want to see. Does anyone know if Twitch like catches up, or if OBS catches up or something like that? Well, it doesn't matter, since that's the stream. That's the stream concluded for the night. I hope you enjoyed watching me make Blackwood. I don't know when I'll be next streaming. Computer seems a bit temperamental. Obviously, you know why. The other streamers, the other landscapers might be streaming. Who knows? But I will see you then. And as per usual, go to our website if you want to check out some screenshots. As well as that, a couple of us have written. I think a couple of us have written some articles about landscaping the new areas. So check those out definitely. But if you really want the best place for getting up to date on things, it's definitely our Discord server. So yeah, thanks for sticking with me through that mess. See you guys.
Cyrodiil, she is ailing. For centuries, the home of the Empire has been a province of peace and prosperity. But behind all the beauty, a danger is brewing, waiting for the opportunity to strike. Prince of Destruction awakes, born anew in blood and fire. My gods are strong and true, but even the might of the blades cannot stand against the power that rises to destroy us. Take my amulet, give it to Joffrey. I have a secret son, and Joffrey alone knows where to find him. Find the last of my blood, and close shut the marble jaws of oblivion.